Hello everyone, Strikoder here and welcome back to a new episode of the OSCP journey. In today's episode we're gonna solve a medium Linux machine on HackTheBox called Imagery. So let's get started. First of all, let me copy the IP and use export all, which is an alias for Infosec, to export that to all Tmax windows or panes. I cannot recall what they are called. Then let me ping the IP and we are connected through the VPN. And I would start with Nmap. Let me remove everything in here and let's see. So we have 22, which is the SSH port. We see we're running the script enumeration and the version enumeration, and we see port 8000. So let me check with ncat what is port 8000, if it's a website or a service. So we provide the IP, the port, we can provide -mv. Let's try with help, and we see it's a website. So by that time, it's already been enumerated, and we see HTTP title. Let me check HTTP, the IP, and we have a proxy issue due to burp, and we see we are able to connect. Let me open a new page. Have I copied the right one? So maybe because it's HTTP or HTTPS, it's not the case. Image gallery. Alright, let me try and add host IP. Maybe image gallery. No, I don't think that's the case in here. Let me close Firefox. Try to go Google. So it's searching the internet, HTTP, and we have this issue. I can't recall. Let me check. So we have 22 and 8000. Ah, okay, I see. So it's due to 8000. I feel embarrassed. We need to provide the port and of course HTTP. And we see the website. Okay, that's great. Let's try login. Let's try register. So I would start with FUF and without the authorization, using the raft word list, and we need to provide the port 8000. Yeah, now it's working. So we have images, register, login, and logout. So let's check each one of them. Images. We need to log in, register, log out. Let me check the source code and run nuclei in the background so we have gone through headless. Check the last video to check what headless means, and I would run that again without headless. For now, let me check the source code. So we see CSS at the top. We see something accept. Where is this? Local image file. we see file upload section. Upload. Do we have anything related to upload in here? We cannot press on that. Maybe we would have upload. It's gonna be a little bit slow since we are doing fuzzing. We are finished from here. Let me do without headless and do that again with headless, but gonna stop that. So outdated, latest, no results found. Because again, it's not using the port 8000. Now it should find some results. And let me prepare the headless again. Because 7 seconds is too low for nuclei. And let me continue. We see an upload image over here. Okay. Submit bug report. Are these a page? Are these like separate pages? I'm gonna keep that in mind. Well, actually, am I browsing the same page? Yes. So I'm gonna keep that in mind for now. We see here the home login register. So actually, let's try. So the images is a dead end for now. I'm gonna start with login. And okay, we need email ID. Test at Gmail at HackTheBox. Or let's leave it gmail.com. And what do we need here? Maybe admin. Let's try email at gmail.com or 1 equals 1 pass or admin. So I'm trying to bypass that by SQL injection. We cannot. There is no error. So it's gonna be blind if we had. We can try and run SQL map. Let's try to register. But we can register as if with SQL map. So it's gonna be second order. Test at gmail.com. Oops. Let me close this. Like this, or 1 equals 1. Let me try this. Maybe MySQL gonna be. Or actually, let me check. So we see only the technologies tailwind. Password. Let's register. And probably no, we cannot. So it should be like this. I'm going Strikoder. Give password and gonna save that. Here we see it's still running and here it's finished. And now we are moved to the login. We are redirected. So let me sign in with this and login successful. So at least we have some type of a login and we see the upload. So we are still on the same page. We've seen through the source code that we have uploaded, but we haven't had access through that. So it's the issue. Are we authenticating through a cookie? Yes, sir. So probably through a cookie. And we see HTTP only false. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as well. So you can use the authorization with the FUF. Let me check my old FUF. I'm gonna remove this. And try to use this. So I would like to open perp as well, just to check, to double check the authorization. Is it session or authorization? So I'm going first to edit that to 8081. Edit 8081. Okay, close that, run this, perp suite, and we reset that. Let me intercept that. I had the time, so it's gonna be cookie equal this. I missed an E. Just in case, you can rerun that, of course with the port 8000. And check again if you're gonna have more pages that you can access. In our case, they are still the same, so I'm gonna stop that for now, but you can try and do that on your own. What can we do as well? We can, I believe, run that with nuclei. I'm not really sure. Let me check over here. So we have text detected Python. So that's good since our weaponizer didn't detect that. What web maybe? 8000. So we see Werkzeug, yep, the same thing that Nmap showed us, which is a Python. Werkzeug in German means, I believe, like a workflow, not a workflow, or something like that, like a work frame, and which is Python 3.12, and the title image gallery. So first thing that would come to my mind if I'm doing prep for OSCP, search exploit image gallery, and we see a lot of stuff. We can double check that once we see a version. So I would, for instance, try to do this and type version. We're gonna see a lot of useless stuff, so I need a more thing. Okay, I was registered out. I'm going to turn off the intercept, log in again. Maybe the session is timed out. Invalid. Wait, what? So I'm logged in, that's why it's showing me invalid. So we have gallery. No images uploaded yet. Let's upload an image. We can try with the upload stuff and try check the... Let me check. I usually upload the simple PNG. Maybe we can try something in here, like a code injection or so. I'm gonna maybe grab a simple XSS payload. And you can put the name of the image as an XSS payload, like in here. But I'm gonna keep that simple for now. Where were we? I'm gonna type simple. Here is it. I'm going to take a bit of this. Would work fine. Let me because I want to show you a repo that I usually use, but I cannot recall for now. Okay, I'm going to take this. Let me search for an iframe is good. Gonna take this maybe. Let me try this actually. So let's see if P is being filtered out or script or the SVG and test. So we have groups. I'm gonna leave that and uploading the image. So we see the tags are filtered out. Maybe if we've put something like this, GG. And I'm going to upload the same one. See either if we can overwrite, then intercept that and try to overwrite like the etc password or the SSH key, for instance. And we see GG has been filtered out, which is maybe because they are duplicated. So I had this. So it removed this and removed one of these. But I'm not pretty sure why it removed both GGs. We cannot edit details. We can download that. I like the thing that we can download that. Usually, I'm prepping a machine for HackTheBox where if you press download, then it's gonna be an LFI. So let me try that. But I'm not intercepting. I'm intercepting this. That's okay. Okay, forward everything. We have this. I need to intercept the download. And I could not. So we see at the bottom left, it's just redirecting us to that. Maybe if we uploaded the PHP, I tried that, so just in case the video not to be so long, I would not do that. So we are finished with the upload. Let's keep testing. So gonna upload the same one because it's somehow small image, and we have three stuff. Symbol is not filtered out. We have uploaded by the user is not being changed on today's date. All of these still in production, so maybe we are not filtered out by that. We have download, and let's try delete. Delete uploaded only, keep copies. And let's try to delete this. Alrighty. Home, gallery, upload, report bug. I believe that was new. Let's test. So I'm making a new profile, and as if I'm opening another browser. So yep, we haven't had the report bug before. And we can see the support. Maybe we can target that if we had something of an access to the machine. Found an issue, please provide details below. Bug name summary, test. Actually, maybe let me test this. Admin. So we've seen that the admin is going to process that. So that's probably a hint that we need to get the connection So what we'll usually do is maybe netcatting like this. MVLP on port maybe. Am I listening on? No, I haven't run Penelope yet. So Penelope, I would just remove the port 84 now. Yes. And let me listen here on port 80. And maybe let's try for now HTTP. And what is our IB? Echo IB. And HTTP IP, submit bug report. We have no access yet. So we are not having CSRF. So let me try again. Maybe now with XSL cookie stealing. So I'm going to try here. Source equals Strikoder. On error equals document dot location single quote HTTP my IB cookie equals plus document dot cookie closing the double quotes. So the single quotes closes here, and we're gonna steal the document cookie and finishing closing the tag. I mean, let me take that into here. Image source Strikoder, you can write whatever in here because we're gonna take the error. Unless if we typed symbol, maybe we would not get the cookie because we had symbol.php.png uploaded already. On error location, go to this location and get the cookie. And I have netcat still listening. Let me take this, submit the bug report. And still nothing. Okay. Still nothing. Let me copy this again. So image source Strikoder on error. Let me try other thing. What can we use as well? Maybe new image dot source equals the source of the IB. Then maybe this. I'm going to put this here. Is it maybe if we had ABC for here? No, it's not. So let me double check. So I'm just trying a couple of stuff where I'm trying to steal the XSS cookie. On error, new, I believe, image in here. XSS cookie stealing. No. Let me try this. And we still have nothing. Maybe if we had Python 3-m HTTP server on port 80, would that be better? I had to do this. Maybe if I ran TCP dump, at least to check if I'm getting a connection. Like still no issue. I'm going to report a bug. In here, let's try test. Still nothing. So on error, maybe I would need double quote on this. Still no connection. IP address. Excuse me. I'm pasting the wrong IP. Okay, so I'm pasting the IP of the enemy. Which enemy? Oh my gosh. The IP of the target. Test. Paste this. I had this in here. Oh my gosh, I should have eaten before the record. So echo, or it should be IBA, and put my IB in here. And now it should be working. Still doesn't work. At least now I'm sure that. Let me check. Image source equals Strikoder. On error equals. Let's. Oh, we've received that. Okay. Oops. Accept the risk. It's due to perp, and then in here 8000. Advanced. Accept the risk and continue. So XSS the session code, and we're gonna take this and save that into the notes. So after we got that, we can get the session. So I'm going to take this back up to the point, get into here, perp, go over a bit. It's HTTP. Then in here, put the cookie in here, and we are fine. Now we press reload, and we should see more stuff. Admin panel. That's great. And we crashed. What happened? It's not 8000. Somehow we are getting redirected to the 80. I mean, let me copy this. So probably I need to fix that. We can fix that by perp. Let me go to options, not a response. Maybe match and replace. Let me get that. Intercept that. Go to perp. So I'm going to replace host with 8000. Request header match host replace with and press OK. Let me check now. And it's crashing again. So request header. And the referrer, maybe we need to replace that again. Let me go to the not fixed one. Like, why is the site broken? I really hate this machine. 8000. We can see that opening and then being replaced. Okay, so I'm going to replace the get. If we got this, intercept that, burp. So if we got this, replace with this, but 8000 before that. Move forward. I don't need to connect to port 80, oh my gosh. So it's replacing that, but I need to place that in a couple of places probably. So let me add and refresh that. The host is gonna be replaced with 8000 and add. So this is correct. Hopefully now it's gonna work. Let me close off the intercept. Now it's working. Okay. So we wasted a lot of time just fixing this issue. I really hate this machine. That's probably it's rated 4.3, which is lower than 4.5, which the person needs to get $300 more, or maybe 200, 150, I cannot recall. Updating account. We have the admin panel. In admin panel, we have download log as the admin user. I would prefer this. We had this and logged in successfully. Intercept, downloading the log, and we see equals. So we can try a lot of stuff in here. The first thing that comes up to my mind is probably LFI. So let me send that to repeater by Control R. I would go back. Etsy password. And we get this. So that's a great first step. So we have, where are the users? So we are searching for the users that have more than 1000. We have for now Mark and web and probably the data. What can we search? Okay, let me get my notes here very quickly. I'm opening them. So here are they. Let me go in here. Went to the AppSec, default web routes, and here I have the Linux stuff. So we can try to search the environments very quick. You don't have to remember all of these on top of your mind, just so that you know at least you have LFI, then try to enumerate the environment. And do I have anything in here? I don't think so. Config PHP. So proc self cwd means the current working directory. We don't have that. Maybe a database. Still nothing interesting. Maybe we can check for a config or anything. However, we are in, or maybe we can use fuzzing and filter based on the response code and check all the files that we have here. Or since we have the Werkzeug Python, then probably it's gonna be something like app.py. No, it's not that. Then probably something maybe similar to that. Maybe over here. So working directory, and then we are getting the app.py, and we have a code. Actually, let me check. Will it work like that? Yeah, actually we can do either like that, or I prefer like that, since usually I believe both of cases would work in all cases. So using this we have at least an idea what the code is running. Port 8000, localhost, so we have config should be. And here are the upload stuff. Forbidden extensions. That's why I haven't tried to upload stuff to get the upload extension to get upload RCE, because I've tried that and it was not successful. What can we do? XF tool, convert. We see db.json. Uploads, we have access to uploads. System logs, we have access to system logs. We have db.json. Maybe now db.json, it's gonna be in the same directory. And we have admin and test user. So I'm going to take both. Copy. Let me move into here, vim users.text. And we have these. So we see, oops. Let me copy that again. We see over here, let's check them. Is admin is true. And we see is admin here is false. Is test user true? And above is false. I'm going to remove now this information after I noted them. Control V, then to the end. Probably I'm going to leave these like this and take a general idea what I'm going to do with them. So first of all, these probably are MD5, but let me check. Hash ID. How do I know? Because it's the same thing when you get a flag from HackTheBox, they are the same length. So probably it's gonna be MD5. So Joan dash dash or let me vim MD hashes dot MD5. Gonna paste this and gonna paste this. Then Joan dash dash word list. Rock and then I believe hashes MD5. I need to select format equals row dash MD5. It completed. Maybe because it's not separated by comma. I cannot recall, to be honest. And my machine has been crashed. GG. Okay, so I'm going to pause a bit. So I'm now reconnected again. Actually, oops. So I reconnected again, and after I saved them, so you don't need a comma separated. I ran John the Ripper. Well, it has saved the password already, but it could crack only one, which is I'm Batman. We could use them with the username and then provide username like the same with hashcat, but we have two users. We can use both of them. I'm going to run Firefox since I need to rerun that. next, start perp. That's why you need to take notes to save the session cookie that you had. What they show in here? Okay, I need to 8081 because I use 8080 for our beloved Bloodhound. So now we're in. Now we can log in as, let me check, cat. So first password is I'm Batman and root to delete users, and we have admin at imagery.hackthebox. With I'm Batman. Have I copied I'm Batman? No. Login, invalid username or password. Let's try test user. And login successful. That's a great thing. We have managed groups. I believe that's a new thing. But I lost all the uploads. Even though I haven't resetted the machine, I've only resetted my VM. So let's try again. I'm trying to double check if we have any more features. We're opening that. Can we maybe upload a PHP? So we see these were blurred out or grayed out. Now we can use them. So edit, maybe if we ran, I believe report bug, it's gonna stay the same. Maybe the download. No, we are not intercepting a download. Let me check. Convert format. Now maybe after downloading the we are not intercepting that as well. Now we have converted. Transfer image. Maybe crop. And we are intercepting that. 11256 1. We are sending that as a post, which is sus to me. Maybe we can get a connection or something. So let me echo. I'm not going to make the same mistake. So this is my IB currently. And let me, so over here we need, let's try being my IB. And since it's Linux, in order not to be pinged 24/7, why I cannot make a space? That's strange. Can I do space over here? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to intercept that. Apply transformation, send that to repeater. Now I can work as I wish. I cannot make spaces over here. Maybe if I send like this, bad request, this works fine. What can we do? I don't really know why is space not working. Maybe it's not being rendered by the perp. Or let me write that somewhere in here and then copy that. So I'm going to type ping -c3 and then my IP, and I believe that's it. Let me put that in here so it removes spaces. I need to start sudo tcp dump tunnel 0, I believe, icmp -i for interface. Let me -vv and send this again. I have nothing. Saturations, brightness, contrast. So here we might have the... Okay. Now they are giving us a new link. So here, because I believe it's a numerical value, I cannot. Maybe if I do something like this, no, I can do space as much as I want. Let me try this. Is this my IB? Echo or IB? Yep, that should be my IB. Let's try to ping myself. Still nothing. Maybe like this. Still nothing. Maybe I need to comment something out. Yep. Now I get that. So we needed to provide that. So now we have code execution instead of the... Actually, I'm gonna leave the hashtag and try to get a reverse shell in here. What was that? Penelope. I almost forgot the framework. Werkzeug means framework, and I almost forgot that the Penelope that I use as a framework instead of Netcat, and I want ref shell, so I would type ref shells. You can find on GitHub my code, so I provide that with the IP, I provide that with the... I'm gonna leave it for 444 since it's not a OSCP machine and it's going to be a Linux machine standard, and we can take whatever we want. We can try with the netcat or with the Python or with the bash. I would start with this, the most stable one. Check over here. Probably still nothing. Have I sent that? Internal error. So let me copy other thing. Let's go to my lovely bash. Take this. Paste that into here. Run. And whoops, we got a shell. Interact 1. We get a shell. ID. Okay, cd home. Or we are already in home. We have that. Where do we have... Wait a minute. So where do we have the flag? -r. Local.txt. I haven't had the flag yet. We see all the Python stuff. cd mark. We need to change into mark In that case, let me upload then WinBees. So we can put this detached session, type help, and check. We can either upload our WinBees or check the modules and upload prev escalation scripts. Modules. I forgot how to use that. Help. Sessions, interact, listener, interfaces, modules. Show available modules. Help modules. I actually forgot. Maybe use. I believe use is for that. So maybe help using this. Show available modules. Run. So it's gonna be run this. Permission denied. Interact 1. Seed to web. And F12 to get back. Then run module again. And now we can upload the limbies and all the privilege escalation stuff. PSPY and interact again. Now we have them on here. I would start with limbies. And I'm going to pause it a bit until it finishes. So we finished with the limpies. So by default, Penelope uploads the latest version, which I really don't like. I don't really know why, but the latest 2 or 3 versions of limpies are not very optimized and they are full of junks, I would say, with false positives like in here. And in here, I don't really know why it has home web in yellow and the kernel 225. I haven't tried that on this machine. And the environment.local bin. So yep, that's my take. Let me go from, I usually go from up to down, but just to save time, this time I'm going to reverse that, and we see in var backup we have not a backup, a bacon, a backup rather, var change directory backup or cd backup, and we have this. And thanks God, since we are in here in Penelope, we can download this. And it's gonna download that for us. Hopefully. And it has .aes. So I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay, it's downloaded. And it's in here. So move this into root to delete and cd into root to delete file. So it's AES. Open maybe. What application would use to open that? By default, maybe nothing. So AES encrypted data. Let me search in here. AES encrypted data. I would usually add uncrypt or decrypt. RIP English. Not AEX. AES should be. Alle akzeptieren. And maybe GitHub. AES encryption. Maybe I would need decryption. File decrypt online. I don't want online. Never use online tools for your client. So I would AES decrypt, GitHub, AES decryption. It's showing a lot of stuff actually. So let's try this. Pip install Cryptome. I haven't tried that. Let's break that. In best case scenario, you would actually install that in in a virtual environment. So packages. Now it's working. And let's see. Python. I need to get clone that. Or actually, let me just copy the row. Vim AES file encryption. Key path. What is the key path? Root to delete sample.key. Could not found. Okay, let me try other tool. So I believe I use something like Python AES script. Is that it? I cannot recall. Maybe that's it. Let me check. So Python 3-m pip install Python AES script AES script break system back edges. And then probably Python AES-encrypted. Yep, that's what I used. We would provide that AES file and then RockU. So it's just a variable holds RockU place. And I need to provide -d maybe. Unrecognized. Let me use the -h. Decrypt this file. Maybe -p would be the password. Nope. So I don't have the password, that is the issue. I can't recall when I saw the machine. Maybe... I believe I installed this and something like AES decrypt. GitHub. So this in C++. AES decrypt. No, that's in C. The Python AES crypt GitHub. So I need one that would try brute force. So I installed this library. Let me search for that, and I'm going to pause it a bit. So I found that, and this is what I was searching for. So it uses a word list to try and crack the pass, and let's use that. I'm going to provide that in the link on the GitHub where I upload all the commands used in the video, and vim the python aes-script.python, paste this, python 3, the python aes-script, the file, and rock u. It's gonna take a while. It found the password, best friends. Decrypt the file now. Yes, sir. And it was saved as web. Make directory web. Move the web into the web directory. cd into web. Unzip this web. cd into web again. Web inside web. And what the heck? We have the same stuff. Let's strike at the app. Maybe it's a different app. Another port. Let's try cat the config. Maybe we have more stuff. It's using the same stuff. Let's try and cat the db.json, and we have mark. That's great. So we can use John again, or let's try to change the stuff a little bit and use crack station. So IRL you won't use CrackStation as well, just so that you will not put your client stuff on the internet. I need to eat before uploading a video or before shooting. I'm extremely hungry and I cannot focus. Super smash. Do we have the shell? Yes, we do. Interact. Switch user dash u mark. Switch user mark. Super smash. Sudo L would be the first thing since we entered through a password or through a SSH. I would use that. And we have this binary. I would check GTFO bin SUID, check my GitHub to check this too. Or no, I would go to the GTFO bin directly. And check this. There is not such a thing. Search or this privilege escalation Linux. I don't see such a thing, so it's probably a binary made by the author of this, the creator of this box, -v. It's the first one, the backup suit. Let's check help, reset password, and quiet, and shell. We have shell. Let's try without shell. We have nothing. Shell. Enter your master passphrase. Maybe I would need the password that we got. If I can reach that. Where was it? It was here. Super smash. So super smash. Okay. Incorrect must have has best phrase. Sudo. Again, let's try. I'm going to type that. Super smash. So it's incorrect. Super smash. Okay. Alright, so where do we go from here? So let me run the help again. We tried the help, we tried shell, we have quiet. And there is -r to reset. Let's try -r. Password mark to confirm. No password. Let's try now using the shell. Enter 1 to set a new password or press enter to use no password mode. No password mode. Yes, sir. Let's try shell again. ID. Help. And we have a lot of commands. What do we do from here? Where do we go from here? We can list, we can check, extract. I see a scheduled job, so maybe we go from here. We can either edit or list, delete, alrighty. So maybe we would add. Here is it, auto add schedule. Let's try and add auto add schedule. dual. Actually, because the recorder has been going for a lot of time, let me copy and paste that instead of adding my own, instead of typing that. Manually. So I would prefer running that every minute, and the command would be a reverse shell. So I'm going to copy a reverse shell. So where is it? And we need a name. So I'm going to copy a reverse shell from the reverse command that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Or let me type that. So it's going to be bin bash -c, maybe with bin bash, and ref shell. Yes. 4444 again, or maybe let's try again. Port 80, Linux, standard. Actually, let me get this. Since it's a cron job, I would leave bash instead of typing bin bash. This is my IB, this is the port, and then I would need to add the name, which gonna be Strikoder, then log output, which gonna be temp. Let's say stride.log. We're gonna run that, and we had an error. There is no log output stuff, I believe. So it's optional, I'm not going to add that. Enter password of mark. Password of mark is gonna be not in here, but in here. Successfully added. Let's exit this. And get mark. So I'm inside Penelope. I got the session. We can disconnect, interact 2. Now we are inside in root. First of all, root.txt. Get this and paste this into here. Submit flag. Then cat home mark user.txt and get this here. I mean here. So basically that was it, guys. Please make sure to like, share, leave a comment and subscribe. See you next time.